we're profitable at scale already. 10% of companies that are started actually succeed. So just because they're copying our model, does that guarantee they're going to be successful? No. And if you had a choice on what to build your business on top of, what would you rather build it on top of? Something that is unproven, not profitable, and a startup, or something that is proven, profitable, and a S&P 600 company?
A lot of the other companies are not sustainable. Like the way that they built their contracts out.
Well, you know what Leo told me, which is wild? He can put it into his calculator, what their model is. And he's like, oh, it works when you're at this amount of agents, but when you go to this, it's going to break down. So they're going to have to change it. We can rest assured and feel really good about the fact that, like, again, when something innovates, everything after it looks like it. So we know for certain, like, the reason why they're piling in is because they know it's the future and they know it works. And I'd rather be with the Amazon or the Uber than like the Lyft.
They also have smart people. Leo is an incredibly smart
Very.
person. If he's driving the ship, you know he's going to pick things that actually make sense to do,
Right.
from an agent or an attraction or a business standpoint.
That are age-eccentric. Do you know what he announced? I don't know if they did already, but he told us, so I can tell you. I think he did. Canva Pro is now included in the 85 a month.
Yeah.
That's dope. And you know what else is included? Do you know Sisu? It's like CTE. It's a really good way for tracking your business and transactions and everything. They're going to have a version of that that's free in the 85 a month.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they're like, oh, and they also, for those who are in attraction, like, I know the knock is, it's like, oh, we don't want a newer agent. Well, they have a program which is called Fast Track, which is basically build, but it's free. You get them plugged into the Fast Track. They do it, the modules 3 times a month. They can start. You can plug them in. And them, in conjunction with their mentor, they go through that program. It's like a 9-week program or whatever. And they've shown the stats, like they had, you know, X amount of contracts, whatever. And anybody who's been through Bold will be like, that's a good program. They're just providing it for free.
It seems like all the smart people, like really smart people, are doing some form of this. That's at least what I'm saying.
100%. It's a pattern. Because it gets rid of expenses.
And when you said the thing about how Keller Williams' office takes, $60,000 a month
To run. That's what it costs. I used to own part of one. So you have to get through all of that in order to get to profit, which is below the line revenue. But the top line revenue goes somewhere, goes to a handful of people. The office does not have to be profitable in order to get it. And another word for that is revenue sharing.
It is really interesting. And when you start seeing like the upper KW echelons, it's like, oh yeah, like they know that their model's working really well for them.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for the agents. Like,
yeah, well, it does a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
and what happens is like, in order to attract like A+ talent, you need an A+ opportunity.
Yeah.
So if the opportunity pivots, and now basically the way I see this is I can be a regional owner. Because regional owners share in top line revenue. But I don't have to sign any leases. I don't have sign any like regional agreements. I don't have to do any of that. And then what they say to me is they're like, oh, well, you're putting all your faith in that. I'm like, well, the way that I hedge against that is I have a personal brand. I think one of the greatest tricks that these companies promoted is that their brand is more valuable than you. But I want you to realize something. Brands don't have any status by themselves. They have to associate with people who have status. Humans have status. Brands don't. So why does Rolex pay Roger Federer a ton of money? Because he has status. Why do they, like Louis Vuitton, pay Kim Kardashian a ton of money? Because she has status. So one of the best tricks, and this is one of the things we talked about. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you, brother. When he made the transition, he chose another company first. And
in my defense, you weren't here yet.
Yes, that's true. So, but he did, and they convinced him that their brand was more valuable. And then over the last, 2.5 years, 3 years, is a recognition that, wait a minute, because I have access to platforms which are distribution, and he's the one that actually sells all the real estate. He's the one that has the status. He can create his own brand. He's the brand. And now he can monetize that brand in all types of ways. And on this platform, now I get a regional owner opportunity without any of the expenses, which is unbelievable. But it's just getting people to see it.
When you're seeing the reverse of that too, where people who have attention create brands that just immediately
explode. So Mr. Beast, Feastables, 100 million in revenue, bro. A chocolate company.
Right.
Jake Paul.
Drink company.
Prime energy drink. He'll be a billionaire, dude. So we live in a world where, and again, it's very, okay. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man or woman is king or queen. If you can see something that other people can't, it's an incredible advantage. So what most people see this as is for entertainment and for organization, right? They don't recognize that it's actually distribution. So I gave an impromptu talk yesterday, and I was saying hi to everybody in the front row. She's like, yeah, I know who you are. I see you all the time on my feed. That's incredibly valuable. So, but I think, I don't know, 97%, and perhaps this is not true. I think maybe a percentage of people recognize it, but they have a lot of internal hangups about doing it. I'm not comfortable. I mean, that's what he told me. And now he went from like, I'm not going to do it. I'm super uncomfortable. I don't like it. To now, like, I created a monster, and now he's got like, he hired a full-time videographer that's going to follow him around all the time, pushing out content on a regular basis and speaking on a regular basis. That's right, right? It's huge. It was a big commitment, dude. He is a full-time staff member now just for media.
So you're gonna the heck out of us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see him all the time.
Get ready for this face.
All the time, baby.
His videos are pretty good. I've been
Well, I can tell you, the last two that you've done, the one with the, what was it? What was his name? Something with a T? Tyler.
Tyler, you could impress her with this incredible house, but you keep waiting on the interest rate to come down.
It was catchy because like it draws people in, and she was just like, oh my God. And then you were speaking directly to Tyler. How he's being a chump. That was good. Yeah.
Tyler, you should have bought this house or something like that.
Tyler, you could be sitting in this bed, you know. That was good. It was good. Bebe, you're not going to have the dessert?